Hello, welcome back to the English communication journey. Dear friends, today I'm going to share with you a little bit of my own insight about how I tried my best to learn speak English. Okay, the way right now I'm speaking in front of my cell phone camera, and it's all impromptu. I'm trying to really be very relevant and trying to really make everything fall in line. So, if you are asked to speak in front of somebody or with someone, this is how I think we are going to communicate with other people, isn't it so? So, you have to first of all make yourself very comfortable, in your mind calm and composed, because it's only in a calm and composed mind we deliver optimally. So, whatever we want to really perform in our life, first of all, the precondition is we have to be very calm and composed in our mind. Because if we become agitated, then definitely we are going to really commit more mistakes. Perhaps we are always going to worry about something, what is going to happen next. Isn't it so? So, we have to be very calm and composed in our mind, and we should start doing that particular thing with that state of mind. That means a calm and composed state of mind. So, this is how we are going to start, my dear friends. So, today I am going to share a little bit of my own insights that how you can make yourself better at spoken English, how you can develop the kind of fluency and confidence that you are searching for yourself when it comes to speaking English in front of others or with someone else. Okay, you don't have to be hesitant in speaking English. So that's what you want, isn't it so? So for that, I think that I give you some suggestion about how you are going to start your journey. There has to be a strategy. In the beginning, we are going to put a strategy for ourselves that we are going to work on our aspiration this way. But it doesn't mean that this strategy is going to be very rigid or we can't change it along the way. No, it's not like that. We can always change the strategy that suits us. As we go ahead along the journey of our aspiration, we come to know a lot of things that perhaps we were not knowing in the beginning. So that's how we are adding experience, we are adding knowledge, wisdom to our own self, and that's how we think that something that we had really put a strategy in the beginning is going to be tweaked a little bit, because that's how it is going to suit us the best way, isn't it so? So you are always free, you are always at liberty of tweaking or even changing a good way your strategy that you had really come up with in the beginning, isn't it so? So here I'm telling you that first of all, for 1 month or 2 months of period, you have to decide that you are going to read English every day, or you have given yourself a task that you are going to complete 6 books, 3 books in a month. Okay, 6 books. Or if you think that 6 books are too much for you as you are being a beginner, then just you can start with 3 books, 4 books, or 5 books, whatever suits you better. By reading, what I mean is that you don't have to really complete it just for the sake of completing the reading of 3 books in a month. No, you have to really read it patiently. You have to really understand what the book is saying. You need to really understand, and you need to really gain a lot of by reading these books. That's what the real purpose behind reading these books. We are going to come across a lot of vocabulary, variety of vocabulary, and we are also going to expose ourselves to the sentence structures, variety of sentence structures. That's how we are going to really learn a lot of English, by reading. Okay, at the same time we are going to listen to English, okay, through podcasts on YouTube. You are going to listen to the speakers, that how someone can get better at spoken English, or how someone can develop a great communication skills in English. So you are going to listen to all those videos, podcasts, and that's how you are going to create an English environment in your mind. And when you live in certain kind of environment, you get better in that environment slowly, slowly. The same is true for learning English, my dear friends. So if you have made English your environment. So you are going to relearn English and you are going to be comfortable after some time. And the more you become familiar, comfortable with English, the more confident you will grow definitely over time. Isn't it so? So the third thing you can do also is watch English stuff on your television, like English series or English shows, English movies. So that's how you are also going to learn. You are going to expose to the English world how something can be spoken so simply, because as the native speakers, they are at characters and they can really put was the best way possible, isn't it? So the script that has been written in such a way that something can be really put in the best possible way. So you are going to learn a lot through all those sentences structures, how something we were finding so difficult really to say, and they just said it in such a simple and in such a crisp and concise manner. So that's how we are going to make an English environment around us. So for 1 month or 2 months, I would suggest that you go for 2 months of period. So in the beginning, you don't have to really put yourself through the practice of speaking, because that's going to be way difficult, because you don't know much English right now. You are not living in an English environment. So every time you are going to try speak something, you are going to stumble. You are going to find itself a lot of a difficult thing for you or a problem for you. Every now and then you are going to really stop, you are going to get stuck, you are not going to find words. So don't do it on a very strict schedule in the beginning when it comes to practicing your speaking. Okay, so after 2 months of period of 2 months of time, when you have really given it to reading, listening and watching English, you have already become a little bit more comfortable in English environment and English language. You know some English now you can start your speaking practice schedule also along with. So there are 4 aspects now. Now slowly you are going to develop the kind of confidence that is needed. You are going to really start your sentence in such a manner that has got really some mistakes in it, but over time these mistakes are going to go away. You are going to put yourself through a very consistent schedule of English speaking practice after 2 months of period, and that's how you're going to really improve. You are going to really exercise your mind around how you can say something, the thought that's crawling in your mind, how you can organize that thought in your mind, and how that thought can be taken out in words in a proper way, how you are going to really structure your sentences. So the more you are going to really exercise your mind around saying something some way, a peculiar way, the more you are going to really get better at it. It is definitely going to take time, my dear friends. At times it might seem so frustrating that you are not improving, you are not improving. No, my dear friends, it definitely takes a time, my dear friends. I will give you an example that suppose there is a big boulder and you are striking that big boulder in order to break that boulder into 2, 3 or 4 pieces by that hammer. But after 20 strikes, you don't see any crack on the surface of that boulder. It doesn't mean that there is nothing happening to the boulder. No, my dear friends, the boulder is getting weaker from within. So it is the 21st strike, we are going to see the crack on the surface, and on 22nd strike, the boulder is going to crack into 2 pieces. So it wasn't the 21st or 22nd strike that did everything. No, my dear friends, it were all 22 strikes that helped break that boulder into 2 pieces. So you need to really remember this thing very firmly in your mind, that it's very important to really do something continuously, consistently. It is the efforts of our being so consistent on something that we are going to gain something in our life. So the result is always going to be positive when we stay on that task for a good length of time, and we believe that this is going to really happen, of course. So even if you feel that it's very much discomfort to you, or you are not seeing any growth or any progress happening to you when it comes to speaking English fluently and confidently, still, my dear friends, don't leave this thought in your mind that you are not going to improve. No, my dear friends, you are going to improve. Just believe in yourself, but it's going to take time. You should always become hopeful about that. There is a point, there is a time when you are going to receive the result. We are going to see the signs of the result, and that's how we all improve, my dear friends. Good day.